I would like I've completely blanked on what the roll is. That
That's
one
fine.
one roll.
I'm good.
Vigor.
Oh, for the things with the stuff.
Yes.
Right. Ghost
Oh,
rock.
let's see. And I'm gonna take that pistol
Yes.
that I got, and I'm gonna move my star revolver into my cross draw holster, and put that pistol in my quick draw holster.
Okay.
Give me a second. Roll 20s. Loading the roll.
Vigor, right?
Yes.
Here it comes.
So, are we going to spend our first Benny of the night already?
Not strong.
Yeah.
This has to be like a.
There we go. Rolled a 3 on the first one, but a 5 on the second one, so I'm good now.
Yep. Just waiting on Agapitas.
Oops, ignore the second one.
Either way, you pass. So, no Ghost Rock Fever. So, as you continue to make your way through, you begin to hear something. It sounds like tiny legs clanking against the ghost rock.
I don't like that at all.
If you want more details, you can go ahead and give me a notice
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and listen in.
I assume we're still actively moving,
Yes.
even if a bit slow. There it is.
Okay. The rays.
There it is. Success.
First thing both notice is sounds getting louder. You're obviously getting close to it. Also, very obviously, it's not just one set of legs. The image of ants comes to mind if ants had metallic legs that made that amount of noise.
I'm just going to keep moving forward. Unless Agapita's got a better idea, I don't have anything to do. I will take my revolver out, have it at the ready.
Do I have a sense of how far along we are?
If the area with the robot was the midpoint, you're probably at the 75% way mark. And on that, actually, go ahead and give me... What was the role I asked for last time?
It was notice, I think.
It was notice. Notice is like the survival, spatial.
So give me...
There's also survival.
Well, William, you're no longer as lost as you were.
Well, we got to the middle. We stopped. We had a funeral. I got to do some preaching. I'm feeling a little better about things. More on my game.
And I will also, with that, notice, probably within the next 2 turns through this maze, you will see what's making all the noise, which, as you've gotten a bit closer, cacophony's it's not loud enough to be a cacophony, but it is certainly a droning white noise of metal tapping against rock, as it were.
I'm really just hoping that this is whatever machinery or mechanism moves the ghost rock from where it's at into the furnace or something like that, and that we'll see.
Hopefully.
I'll look at Agapita and just kind of close.
Um, I take out my bow and just prepare.
And I'll step slightly in front. William thinks about like grabbing his holy symbol and putting some protection or warding up, but it sounds like metal or machinery, and it won't work. So you see him kind of fondle that cross that hangs at his around his neck just a little bit, and like, no, lets it go. Double checks the cylinder, goes ahead and pulls the hammer back. I was like, all right, and goes to turn the corners.
As you turn the corner, you see what are essentially brass clockwork spiders. You see one literally right next to your face. It makes no movement as if it's noticed you. You see it chip away at the ghost rock, piling it into a collection disc on its back. Once that's full, it scurries down and then out through what seems to be the wall of this train car is littered with tiny little holes. You can't see outside, so you're assuming that there must be essentially a tunnel that these little things are moving through, and you can see them going back and forth as they chip away at the ghost rock and then move out, and then you assume eventually come back empty to do it again.
I have an idea. I want to test something. Do we see the door yet?
Yes, the door.
Way out.
Yes, the door is not too far in front. It's the only thing in this part of the on that wall that doesn't have holes through it.
Let's head there. Agapita, are you good? You ready to move out?
Yeah.
I want to try something. Let's be ready to step back quick if it goes bad. So I'm gonna kind of, assuming they don't object or anything, kind of move Agapita behind me, kind of to the door, so that they can be ready to like open the door. Because I don't want to open in advance, because some of these doors just kind of pull you through, and some you can step on your own. But I'm gonna reach into like my gun belt, not my gun belt, but the ammunition belt, where I have like all my shotgun shells.
Your bandolier.
Yeah, yep, my bandolier. That's the word. Thank you. And I'm gonna pull a shotgun shell out. I'm gonna pull my Bowie knife out, and I'm gonna pry open the end where like it's pressed for the gut, where it's like the gunpowder. And I'm gonna reach over to one of the things, and as it's about to go through the wall, I'm just gonna dump the gunpowder onto its back with the ghost rock.
That's my idea too. Nice.
If it reacts hostile, I'm gonna push Agapita through that door, whether it's open or not. But I want to see what happens there, because sabotaging the engine that is so delicately designed is one of the things, and I'm thinking like gunpowder more than other things may not be something, because ghost rock is like black with like greeny veins and stuff. So I'm hoping like black powder mixed in with it won't, if there's a visual, won't be noticed. Or something, so I'm just see what happens.
There is no violent reaction. It scurries in. How long do you want to wait?
If there's no violent reaction, are we deep enough in it where I feel like there's enough of these vapors that we're going to be making, like, I don't know the more narrative way to say it, but are we still like fighting the vapors off?
Yes.
Okay. Not very long then, probably. Um, but if there's no immediate violent reaction, I guess we'll just take like a couple of minutes, and I'm just gonna be like, Agapita, what do you have that's small?
Patience.
And like, I'm gonna take like my flask out and pour it over the ghost rock on some of them as they're going. Um, because that's quick as opposed to trying to open the shotgun shell. Um, is it like piles? I assume it's like little piles it's making because you said it's chipping it off.
Yeah, and then it's essentially using 2 of the 8 legs that it has to lift it onto its back and then
Yeah.
moving. They're probably roughly about this big.
Okay, so it's chunks of ghost rock, not
Yeah.
like lots of little pebbles.
Yeah.
It's not like chipping little pebbles off. Okay. I'm just gonna get whatever I can get that's on hand, and over like the next like maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, maybe reach in my doctor's bag and grab like a needle and break the needle off and just kind of hide on the plate because that's something that's really small that might pass a visual check from something. Crack my we had like that I had like that bottle of good liquor that we'd taken. I'm gonna like dump that out on some of them as they're going. I'm gonna crack the glass on the ground and like sprinkle pieces of glass over it. Just stuff like that. Just as much trash in the course of like 5 to 10 minutes as I can put on them in ways that the trash I'm putting on it isn't immediately visible at like a casual glance.
All right. So go ahead and give me one more vigor roll, just for the amount of time.
Yeah. I
was
follow
afraid of
his
that.
lead, reaching into my doctor's bag and just like pulling out an herb and just like
The
no.
rays.
Nice.
You're good.
Oh,
Are we
re-rolling that.
Are we? Yeah, we're burning another Benny.
Rolls.
Are we burning another
Oh,
Benny?
no, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Oh, I probably can do it now because it's like at the moment.
Yeah, this is kind of an after the fact. Oh,
Ah, yeah. Burn them pennies. That's
That's all
two.
of them, right?
That's 2 Bennies down.
you only got one more.
Agapita. Come on. Last one. Wait, we have 3 bennies? Okay.
Yeah, we get 3 at the start of we reset to 3 at the start of every session.
Okay.
Okay. Success.
You
But
just
at
see
what
her
cost?
like coughing a bit.
But my squishy spellcaster has no bennies, so that's great.
Yeah. You just see her like coughing a bit.
Yeah, that'll be William's cue, I think, is seeing that and just being like, we need to go or we may not live to see the result.
You tell me.
And yeah, open the door.
This door is heavy. Give me athletics, please. That's how heavy this door is.
All right. Can we work together on this to give one of us like
Absolutely.
a +1 or 2?
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. Or which one of us is stronger?
Probably you.
I'm a D6.
Oh, my strength is D6, but my athletics is D4.
Okay. So do I get a plus one or two from the? Oh, actually, there's a mechanic for that. What they do is based on how they're helping. They say how they want to help. You have them make a roll. If they get a success, they give me a plus one, and if they get a raise, they give me a plus two.
Yep.
Okay.
So, how are you helping get this door open?
Um.
And if they're just doing something that requires an athletics, then we could just like both try on the door instead. But
Yeah, I'll just do athletic.
Okay. You
Ooh, I'm
both.
gonna try to kick it down. Would that count as fighting?
Yes, it would count as fighting. You're kicking something.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll do that. That's one for you.
success.
So, throwing your body into the door and Agapita throwing her foot into the door. As soon as the door cracks open, even a little bit, you can feel the rush of wind pouring in. And as you continue to force it open, eventually you see the outside whirling past you. You come to see the long tube-like things that extend out the back slowly combine into one long tube, one on the left side, one on the right side. And further up ahead, you see these chunks of the ghost rock being added to a very, I don't want to say it's a massive pile of ghost rock, but it's roughly probably about chest high. And that is where you see finally the front of this train. You see what you would expect to see. You see this very large engine connected to a smokestack that is just billowing out smoke. You see the gears and the levers that probably operate the train if you had to hazard a guess. And you hear what sounds like a shovel scraping metal along the bottom. It isn't long after you hear that scraping that you see a large man. At least you assume it's a man with a shovel, taking the ghost rock, flinging it into the flames, turning a dial, which then the light whitish blue electricity catches your attention of a glass tube that is set onto the side where you see a spirit floating inside of it screaming for a few seconds before the electricity stops. And the spirit just seems less than what it was just a few seconds ago.
Found the fire, man. I expected it to be another machine.
Maybe. Guess we'll find out.
You hear
Is
a-
this car? Are we in the engine car? Like, did we get like pulled from one to the other, or is this like an outside thing?
kind of an outside thing. You hear a loud screeching of metal as this individual drives the tip of the shovel into the steel bottom. You see him adjust what looks to be was once a rather nice tailcoat before he turns around, skin brownish, cracked leather. Where one eye used to be is this kind of clockwork metal piece that replaces his eye. I knew you'd make it this far. So, what will it be? Giving you one last chance to back out.
The voice is familiar.
Yep.
Oh, fireman, and the conductor's also the fireman. Fantastic.
Multitask.
I'll look at him. Look at Agapita. Look back at him. And I'm gonna take the revolver that I probably put it up for a bit, but probably got it back out. And I'm gonna holster the revolver back into my cross-draw holster. And put my hand on the one that the robot gave me.
So you want this to end in violence?
Prefer it not, but I don't reckon you'll give us a choice on it. Any other way to stop this train?
He sighs and, with one motion, rolling his shoulders back and grabbing the lapels of the coat, he throws the coat off of him, revealing mostly mechanical limbs. Most noteworthy, however, is his hands are completely replaced with... Using the term boxing glove doesn't mean a lot here, because this is probably like 3 times the size of a boxing glove, with pistons and what looks to be chemical vials shooting out of them. Basically gigantic metal gauntlets.
I'm gonna look at him and say, That's impressive. How long did it take you to build all that?
Longer than I expected, shorter than I had hoped.
Well, one of us is about to meet their maker. You made peace enough? You ready for if it's you?
It's funny you use the term maker. Because you see...
Not as clever as I'd like to be, but more than most people think.
He lifts up one of his arms, and you see the fingers articulate. My maker just happens to be Death himself. What about yours?
Says, looks at him and he says, "Good book says death will be the last to die. Means my maker will still be there when he does." And then I'm gonna draw my pistol.
I say, well, your machinations are made of what's from the ground, and back to the ground you shall return. You're rubbing off on me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping some of my talking maybe bought Agapita some time to maybe suddenly get a spell off or something, but maybe not. Kind of stalling for Agapita a little bit.
So, I guess this is the time that I start drawing.
It is.
Draw the card.
Oh, Oh.
That doesn't look good. Okay.
I pulled nothing but face cards and a joker for myself.
Right.
He would get a
Right.
joker on the first pull.
Didn't you get a joker on the first pull last time?
Yeah, but it's fair when it happens to me.
Fair.
For those who don't know, when you get a joker as the GM, you get to add a Benny to your pot. Because the GM starts with the number of bennies equal to players, so he only has 2. Then the wild card has 2, and he just got a number 5 to add to it. If a player draws a joker, all the players get to add a benny. And in addition to that, and being able to go first, a joker gives you a +2 on all of your trait rolls that turn. So it's a really good thing to happen to not him.
To everybody but me. That +2 trait rolls also to me, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, to him, yes. To the wild card who drew the joker.
Yep.
Yep.
So this.
Remind me why we didn't prep spells again in the other cards.
Well, we're not always the smartest puppies in the yard.
This is gonna be a shooting roll.
Oh shoot.
All right.
He kind of smirks. Takes aim at William. You're the one brandishing the gun. And here we go. Trying to hit.
I mean, yeah. That's a hit with a raise on a ranged attack.
Just filling out a couple of things here. And then, since this is a custom-made weapon, it usually adds one whatever die type, correct? Usually?
1d6. It doesn't matter what the die type of the weapon is. It's always
Okay.
1d6.
That actually makes this.
There are some things that allow you to add a 1d8 instead. Like there are certain edges or certain things like that where that might happen. You raise the die type.
That's an 18.
We're not friends anymore. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna make a vigor roll. Let's see. So I'll spend a Benny. An 18. That's 3 raises.
Off of your toughness?
Yeah, my toughness is a 7. So that'd be 2 raises.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't think it's
Yeah,
quite.
and there's a success with a raise, so I soak it all. What he didn't realize is my duster is armored.
As you see the pistons begin to pump in his hand, the fluid drain from one of the vials. He has multiple vials all along both arms, and you just see this. It's essentially a flamethrower attached to his arm. As it makes connection, but thankfully your armor is able to soak the heat.
Right, Agapita. I was nerve-wracking, and also I don't have eyebrows anymore, so good times.
What do you want to do, Agapita?
Cry. gonna again hum into the air, and I'm gonna call element of ooh, like open my can. Be an action to open my canteen, probably.
You're muttering.
Oh, would it be an action to open my canteen?
Well, retrieving your canteen and opening it, maybe. Like if it was already right there, like at your hip or something, probably not.
Yeah, it's at my hip, like at my back.
Typically get like one object interaction like that.
Yeah.
As a limited free action kind of deal.
So yeah, I open that and like the water. Well, let's see. Let me roll first. It even happened. Okay, so yeah, the water gets out of the canteen, and I'm gonna pull out my bow and shoot at. Is there like any exposed wiring anywhere? Probably not.
There's a glass tube, because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's the glass container that contains the spirit.
Oh right. So yeah, I'll
Reading my mind.
shoot at that. That's a aim shot probably.
No, it's not a small thing.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just shoot at it. Meridian. Okay.
There you go. That's a 5.
Damage time. See if you can beat the toughness of this glass, I guess.
So object hardness, page 98. Like a rope is like an object hardness of like 4. So that's the lowest hardness I see on the example chart.
Okay. And then forgot to say, but the water goes smacks
Oh.
the glass tube because that's what it does. One.
So that's 7 damage.
And the way object breaking works, assuming this doesn't have some sort of special magical stuff, but you don't need a raise. It's just if it equals or exceeds the object's hardness, the object is broken, bent, shattered, or otherwise ruined.
Oh, wow.
And you said what page?
98 in the core book.
Yeah.
Rope is like a 4. Glass is probably a 1 or a 2, would be my guess. If it's like depending on the kind of glass. If it's special glass, might be more. A light door is 8.
As the arrow finds its mark, it cracks the glass, and you see the whispers of the spirit begin to ooze out.
Lovely.
How does our conductor friend react to the glass being shot?
He seems annoyed, but outside of just that kind of look of where he looks up, sees that it's cracked, just that look of like, I'm gonna have to repair that later.
But we don't see like a holy crap, if that breaks I'm screwed kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
William.
Oh, just relatively, how far is the conductor?
This is still roughly about a train car's length, and the last 25% of this train car is engine and driving machines. So, essentially, he would be at the 50% mark. You'd be back towards the start. So, like,
Two or three pace at most.
yeah.
I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm going to move up next to him. And then my backpack, I'm going to shove it in the furnace where he's scooping the coal. The whole thing.
All ammunition and everything?
What's not on my belt? I got some speed cylinders, some speed load cylinders on my belt, and I've got my bandolier, but I have boxes of ammo in that backpack. And yeah, all of it. Just the whole backpack. I'm gonna shove it into the furnace.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna charge at him. Like, I'm gonna run at him to get him to like brace, so he thinks, because he thinks we're here to fight. I made it very clear we were here to fight. But instead of drawing my pistol, I see him crack the glass. I see him not too worried. And then I think back to the robot talking about like how delicate the balance on the engine is and stuff. I'm like, okay, interrupting this thing doesn't seem to do anything more than just annoy him. Let's feed it. And so at the last second, William, like, you see like his hand touch his holster as he's running. Actually, as he's running, he reaches back towards his shotgun and grabs the butt of his shotgun like he's gonna pull it over and try to just like straight up through his head. But then when he gets there, he grabs the butt of the shotgun. His thumb like hits the his thumb brushes like the strap of the backpack, and he looks at it and kind of smiles and just pulls the backpack off and throws it in the furnace.
All right, so as you do that, the furnace consumes it. 'Cause there's a lot of ghost rock in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to hear the ammunition going off in the furnace.
I'm okay with this.
That does get a reaction out of him. However, I need to shuffle before we can get to that reaction.
We do, because we got a Joker. And there was roughly 40 rounds of 44 Magnum ammo in there, and another couple dozen shotgun shells. My doctor's bag was in there, which is like a 10-pound kit of medical supplies. Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh.
All right. So, well, he gets to go first again. You have no idea what you've just done. I'll make sure you go to the Deadlands for that. Your savior won't be able to save you from this. And he is going to hit you with these gloves. Which means this is a fighting roll. What's this fighting? Ah, there it is. Does an 8 beat your parry?
Does, but not with a raise.
Okay. So that is still not gonna like this.
Nope.
Sure that that's correct. I'm just doing the quick math here. No, that was wrong. Okay. There we go. So Uh, what? Uh, what? What?
30.
No, because he doesn't get the bonus damage because it's not. It wasn't a raise. It's just 22.
Doesn't it explode?
Jesus. Yeah, the D10 aced. And oh, the D12 was a D10, and then the D6 aced. D10 plus 1 plus, yeah, because it was D10 plus 1 plus D, or D10 plus D6 plus 1, and or D12 plus D6 plus 1, and the 6 aced and hit another 5, and he got a 10 on the D12, so 20, 22. Yeah. Ow. It's 3 raises. Over my 7. So let's go ahead. What's that?
I mean, technically, these aren't crazy dice pools that he has. I just keep getting aces.
Yeah, I mean D12 plus D6 plus 1 is you can run 20 on that pretty fairly consistently. I gotta play with a maul that I need to kill someday because of this. But yeah, that's 3 raises. So let's go ahead and spin that last Benny. Make a vigor roll. Let's see how many of these wounds I can get rid of. None. So I'll take 3 wounds.
Ooh.
That's not.
Ouch. That hurt.
How badly did that hurt?
I mean, I'm at 3 wounds. 1 more and I'm incapacitated.
Go ahead and describe what this hit does to William.
I mean, it's a torso shot since it wasn't a called shot, and he's not a young man. You know, he's in his mid-late 50s. He's just had a hard life to still be tough for that. So, when it hits, I think you hear, even through the armor, like the armor dents, and you hear like sternum crack. And he stumbles back a bit, coughing up blood. You see him kind of almost vomit a little bit from the shock of it, but he can't throw up because of the wheezing, and you watch like the blood pooling in his mouth kind of starts to hit his knee and forces himself back up. He does not look like a man who's going to live to see his next birthday right now.
And I'd say for that, go ahead and gain a Benny.
I'll take it.
William.
So I look at him and I just kind of smile through the pain as much as I can. You can't see my teeth. They're mostly just there so that the blood can drip down them. And I kind of cough and I say, kind of spit. You watch like this, maybe a piece of tissue. It says, "Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life." Good book's got an answer for everything, conductor. And then I'm going to spend some PowerPoints here. Let me see. Let me see what my modifier. I don't know what my modifiers are on this. 1 second, because I'm gonna add to the base of this if I can. Because I've got a -3 on everything right now, so I don't see me. Well, see me getting a raise here. But I want to do 2 actions, but I'm already 2 wounded, so I'm just gonna do the 1 action. I'm gonna cast healing on myself.
Yep.
And that's all I'm gonna do. So if you don't want me to hold that up, I can make the roll in a second, and we don't have to hold the narrative up because I'm just gonna stand here and heal myself.
Agapita, you just saw what happened.
Yep.
Does that change your course of action any? Knowing that this man is capable of such things?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal.
um,
Not like a.
let's see. All right, none of the modifiers are things that I need to add right now. There's stuff like extra power points to heal wounds that are older than an hour and stuff like that. So none of that applies. Double check my my general modifiers. I'm also, let's see, yeah, no, just regular. So it'll be just regular healing. So it'll be a faith roll at -3 for me.
Just a faith roll for Agapita.
Oh man, I'm gonna spend that Benny you gave me, and see if I can get some results that aren't in the negatives. No,
Oh.
didn't heal myself.
Agapita, faith roll to heal William.
Sure. Please don't fail. Thank you, Wild Eyes.
Oh, that is.
That took all my wounds away. That's a success and 2 raises.
Mhm.
Whoo!
As he looks down, he looks.
I'm gonna stay like I'm kind of bent over, where like I'm casting and I'm like bent over, and I feel the healing and probably hear the bones reset back into place. But I'm gonna kind of stay where I'm at and try not to let him see what the result of her spell was. He may not even know what she's casting. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to kind of at least hide it from straight visual.
He spits on the ground right next to your feet, William. Pathetic. Agapita,
Hmm.
you got the king, so you're going first this turn.
King Era. Okay. Okay. Back on my turn. Could I just like look at where he threw the backpack and see what's going on over there? Just like a quick glance.
You still hear the. There were boxes and boxes of ammunition. Those things are still popping in there.
Right. Right.
Right now,
I'm thinking-
you can't see anything from the outside, but you have no idea what's going on inside.
Okay. So yeah, what I'm trying to gauge is whether I should like just grab James and just, William, just run. But okay. For my action, gonna cast a spell. Both of us. So I add like what's that? Mod
Modifier.
fires. Yep. So that's another point. You just cast on both of us, and I'm gonna cast boost trait. now.
What trait are you boosting?
I remember correctly, fighting improves carry, right?
It does.
Yes, it does.
One
So, yeah,
one
I'm gonna
point
go
per
for that.
die.
Calling to our fighting spirit. Fighting spirit. So, faith.
It's a success.
All right. So our fighting die go up 1.
Yep. For 5 rounds.
Behind that. Go. Okay.
And yeah, that's my turn.
William, what's your turn?
2 actions. So I'll have a -2 to them. The first is I'm going to cast Holy Symbol on both of us. So I will make that faith roll, and that'll be at a -2. But I'm going to make it strong as well, like I did last time. Such that he'll have a -2 on his spirit roll, and if I get a raise, he'll have a -4 on it. I'll look up the PowerPoints that I need to spend in a second. So it'll be 1 PowerPoint for additional recipient, and then whatever it is for strong.
Yep.
Plus, but I've got plenty. So I'm gonna cast that. That's a fail.
What is it?
Yeah, I got, because I'm doing multi-action, so that's a 3. The next thing I'm gonna do is a shooting roll, and I am gonna reach back and grab the butt of my shotgun and just turn it up, and pull both triggers.
All right.
And I'll get +2 for the range on the shotgun, +1 for marksman. And then -2 for multi-action. So I'll be +1 to the total.
Okay.
Shooting roll. So a 6.
Give me that damage.
Alright. So that'll be 2d6 plus 4, because I pulled both barrels.
Okay.
18.
18. Now, hold on. I need to confirm something. How are they doing? That is 1 raise.
That'd be 1 wound, unless they soak. Mister, I've got 5 bennies over there.
I've got 5 bennies and not a whole lot to spend it on.
So just needs a success with 1 raise. Doesn't even need a raise to get rid of all of them. On a vigor.
Got an 8 on the wild die.
That's it.
All right. The shotgun blast finds its mark. However, the barrel-like chest of this individual with this massive leather apron that he was wearing underneath the coat The leather of the apron is able to absorb most of the shot. You don't even have to look up. If you're not looking up, you can feel the sneer on his face.
Oh, I look him in the eye when I shoot him. You never shoot a man without looking him in the eye.
And this time, the pistons contract, but they stay contracted in the glove. And instead of the fuel going down, you hear something on the inside. And it's the smell of ozone. That is your next warning.
Thanks for watching Spaghetti Wednesdays on the Domain Gaming, the actual play series where we throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon and get access to exclusive content, behind the scenes, and more. Tune in next week for another thrilling adventure on Spaghetti Wednesdays. Let's see what sticks this time.